right, so we are back. Took a little bit of a break. Got caught up on The Mandalorian and Star Trek, and had myself a little lunch, and I think we're good to go. Um, Let me see if we can get the rest of this front angle worked out, and yeah, I'm just gonna work through it. Anybody who kind of joins in wants to take part in the chat, just go to the YouTube channel and chime in. I'll be around. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shut up, get to work. And here we go. Let's see. So we have the. I don't know if I want to mess with the feet yet. I'm gonna have to because I significantly changed the body structure. So I think I kind of, you know, cornered myself into that one. Same technique as before. Nothing special, but I will be using the reference. Let's see here. There's a joint right there. Big toe. Then I'm gonna put a heel on this guy. Yeah, it's good enough. They like them big old toes though. Okay, that should do it. Let's go ahead and finalize the artwork on that. And I'm drawing at the wrong scale. Can't be messing up like that. Again, when we do this particular pass, we have to make sure that our brush strokes are deliberate and clean. Okay. Remember with Flash, the artwork is like putty. We could just grab pieces of it and move it around, manipulate it, and reform it after it has been laid down. So part of working with Adobe Animate is being aware of those things so that you can be more efficient in how you draw. It's not by any means a traditional way of drawing. Do 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 do. Alrighty. And again, I did that mistake. There we go. So even though that's not going to be seen, I went ahead and finished my drawing all the way around, because it's still going to allow me to paint it with the fill bucket. The hell? There we go. Yeah, I want to try to use as minimal colors as possible. I mean, that thing was actually using a shade of brown. It's fine, I can deal with that. This one, I want to see if I could just wing it. See how much of a difference it is in terms of difficulty. I have a feeling I should use a bigger brush. Where's my properties panel? Something weird is happening here. Okay, that's better. All right, let's see if we can just draw with a bigger brush. This is all just kind of hypothetical. Trying to avoid having to do that technique with multiple lines. I mean, with the duplicating the layers and stuff. I can't say I like it. It does feel a little bit more natural, but I can't say I like this particular method. Let's see if we can clean that up a little bit. Let's do the whole thing. Modify, shape, optimize. Let's go to 100. Boom. Okay, let's try 50 something. Yeah, let's stick it to 50. And we'll convert this into a symbol and turn it to 25% alpha. And I probably should have included these things. That's going to be difficult. Yeah, I don't like all these little minuscule detailed things. Paint on my side. Just tapering off those little corners. Just to give it a little bit more cleaner, more professional look. Rounding off the straight edges. Okay. So we'll go here. And we'll paste in place. Now we'll convert this to a symbol and set it to 25% opacity for now. I mean, later on we might want to go darker or lighter, but we have that option. Although, you know, that 10% kind of looks nice. We'll keep it at 25, so it'll be consistent with everything else in the project for now. All right. So we have feet, and now the styles match. It's more rounded out, the brush strokes and everything. He's definitely a little bit more consistent with the reference character. Quite frankly, he's a lot better than the reference character. He's cleaner and more efficient looking. Like, yeah, it's not so dirty. So let's see here. Gotta pull up the reference image on the other monitor. So there's total of, there's a lot of noses to do. I really don't want to. Ear is fine. Just gotta change the color style. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with the skin. Come on now, change. There we go. What is this? I don't like that. All right. Modify shape, convert lines to fills, and we'll change the color to this color. And we'll paint inside, and we'll take this one, copy it, cut it, and then we'll paste it in place, and we'll merge them together into one graphic. Okay. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Oopsie daisies. That's almost an insult nowadays. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure we can get away with a little self shading. We'll compare this technique against the other one where I did the in painting manually. It's definitely, I think this is a lot easier. Okay. Copy. We'll remove this. Oops. It just requires a little bit more brain power to do it this way. So paste in place, change the color, convert to symbol, and hit OK, and change to alpha. You know what? Hey Rand, what's up, man? I'm starting to get a little tired of having to do that same operation over and over every time I want to create a new shadow, a new shadow. I might have to just kind of diverge a little bit in the project to create a little command that will allow me to speed that part up. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it, because I'm starting to hate that, having to do that over and over. All right, let's tweak this eyebrow. Man, these eyebrows are gonna suck. Gotta do 18 eyebrows. I mean, most of them are kind of the same, just modified here and there, but it's still a pain in the ass. Alright, I'm just gonna power through it. I'm gonna do it frame by frame as if I'm animating something, speed running through it. Let's see, my scale. Where's my scale? What scale am I working at? God damn it, I can't see the scale. I'm working at 400. Alright, I'm gonna try to stay at 400. Brush size should be maybe 4. Although, let me try something. If I go to 800, would it be a simple matter of just doubling my brush size? Just out of curiosity. Not something I've ever even tried to do before. At least you don't have to draw 100 illustrations. Those early animators had it rough. I was one of those early animators, man. When I worked at Disney, I was required to draw anywhere between 300 and 400 drawings a day. It was a fucking chore. It's one of the things that take the fun out of animation. You know, you grow up thinking it's gonna be a glamorous job, and you want to do it, and you brag about how you're getting paid for doing what you love, and once you start doing, you instantly regret it. It becomes like a fucking job. So yeah, so I'm here. I'm gonna try to just kind of make deliberate strokes. I don't like how that one went. Go to the next one. I'm separating my drawing into 4 strokes so I can have that little bushy insinuation of a bushy eyebrow. I don't like the way that came out. Alright, I think I recovered from it. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Oh, that could have been a really nice stroke. Ah, I'm starting to screw up here. Right, good enough. I want to keep the little 4 strokes so that it gives the impression of a bushy eyebrow, not just straight. How's everything today, Ran? All right. Yeah, animation industry, man. I kind of learned early on, you know, that I used to think it was all glamour and fun and you know, because you grow up loving animation and stuff and once you actually get in the industry, you realize it's a fucking industry, you know, they're factories and they're producing content and the content is a product. So they're always going to create product to appeal to a mass audience. The artistic integrity doesn't really matter. It's all about churning out product, and that's what a lot of young animators don't understand. I mean, I was in that position, so I can't talk too much shit about that. But it took me a while to realize that this is all just about creating product and stuff. And if you really want to be artistic about it, you just gotta do your own thing. And not worry about whether you're gonna make money or not, too. The moment you do start worrying about making money from this, that's the moment where you realize you are an industry also. You are creating product. And at that point, your own artistic integrity kind of needs to take a little bit of a chill pill. I mean, if you want to feed your family from doing this kind of work anyways. All over the place today. Yeah, I was streaming earlier for about 3 hours. I got a large part of this character redesigned. Excuse me. And then I took a couple hours off. Had some lunch and got caught up on Star Trek and Mandalorian. Look at that, new drivers available from NVIDIA. I'll do that later. Well, once you get into a rhythm, it's not so bad. I just hate having to redo all these sprites. Alright. So the way we're going to clean this up is we're going to turn on the edit multiple frames at once button, which is right here. We're going to select the range to encompass all of them and select all. Then we'll go to modify, shape, optimize, and I won't do too much because that's some really thin lines. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to fill these in. With what's going to be the color of his beard. And for that I have to sample the color from the reference, import it here. Now we'll go back in here. Turn that off for a minute. We'll go back and we'll just paint and paint and paint and paint and paint. Something's wrong here. We'll turn on the close small gaps option. All right. Come on. Alright, we'll come back to that one. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the edit multiple frames at once option, adjust this thing, the range, modify, shape, optimize, and we're going to smoothen it out a little bit. See, that's creating too many jaggy things. We need it to be smoother but not destroyed. Wow, it's really just kind of trying to screw it up. Alright, we'll do one at a time. Alright, I didn't want to do that, but let's see what this does. It still wants to screw it up. Alright, we're not going to do that. We're going to use this option. Done. Same thing again. Select everything and press this smoothen option one time, 2 times. That's good enough. And now we'll review how bad it was, so that we can just tweak the little edges and stuff. This snapping function is really killing me. Come on, don't do that. View, snapping, snap to objects. There we go. We turn that off. Now it behaves a little bit better. Next. You do have to, I mean, most people wouldn't bother with this little bit of extra cleanup, but it does make a significant difference in the performance of the file. I mean, it's just flat out cleaner too. Alright, there's a little bit of a poo-poo over here. All right, that looks decent enough. Got a short clip rendered with a comic, with my comic character, gonna post on social media. All right, well, let me know when you do so I can check it out. It definitely would have been easier to have kept just the original eyebrows, I'll tell you that much. Do 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 do. I don't It's really jagged, huh? Take this, smoothing that to there. I don't think I caught One Gun do any streaming today. Did he go online at some point? I didn't quite see any notifications, and when I checked in on him, he wasn't streaming. He said he had a Joe for me. I've been talking about getting my own troll. Come on, cooperate. Man, I can't wait till I finish this part of this project. I've been wanting to try out some new Stable Diffusion stuff, and I gotta work on this thing today. But I can't wait to get back to it. You know, it's just itching. It's itching my trigger fingers. This almost looks like a Donald Trump eyebrow. Oh no. For some reason, when I do my smoothing function on this, it tries to make everything jaggy, and it doesn't always do that. It didn't always do that. So there's something else going on. Probably has to do with my zoom level and working on an embedded symbol. Okay, one more. There's some funky stuff going on in there. Different colors that I did not expect to be there. What is going on here? Okay. Another thing we can do is we can open it with the sub-selection tool. We can do stuff like delete individual points. All right, I think that's gonna be good enough. And we'll start messing around because it's so many of these suckers. What I'm gonna do is just gonna flat out delete that eyebrow layer. I'm gonna make myself a little command that'll help me automate the creation of of shadow symbols. So I'm gonna go to window. Hopefully most of this stuff I'll be able to just grab from the history. So select this and select that. So, okay, so I guess it all starts here from the selection. Copy. Did it copy? I don't know if it copied it or not. Just try cut. All right, that'll work. Cut, edit, we'll paste in place. And then we'll paste in place again. and then we'll convert to symbol. All right, then we'll change the alpha to 25%. We'll double click to go in there. And we'll change the fill to that color. And we'll double click to exit. All right, let's see what we can come up with. Oh, actually, we can probably select all. Additional step. No, the strokes won't get deleted. So, I mean, that's good enough. So let's see what we can recreate from here. Copy, go to Notepad, paste it here. Let's see. So the mouse click doesn't need. So this is going to start with a selected item. It's going to cut, then paste in place. Then it's going to deselect. Then it's going to paste in place again. And while it's selected, it converts it into a movie clip. Live and document library. If property true, set, else property false. Same grid, scaling grid 0. Okay, so that converts it to a symbol. After it's converted into a symbol, it sets the alpha to 25. And we don't need to click anywhere. But we're gonna, it's still selected, so it should be able to insert edit in place mode. We're gonna go ahead and copy this, turn it into a select all, set fill color of everything to that color. And then deselect, exit edit mode, and select none. Don't click anywhere. That should be a good command. So let's see if it works. File, save as, put it on the desktop, make shadow. So the way that this is going to work is that going forward, I should be able to just draw where I want my shadow to be. And if I select this and this, while that is selected, I can run. Oops. I need to make sure this is saved as a JSFL file. Make shadow.jsfl. Yes. So when I run this command, everything that's selected is going to be turned into a shadow on top of the previous shape. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. So I just clean it up and I'm good to go. I just created an instant cell shading command for shadows. That is nice. Okay, so for my next trick, what I can do is search where my commands are and install it into Adobe Animate. Alright, view details 2023. Be this one here. We'll go into the commands folder and we'll drop this here, and that will make it so that going forward we can go in here. Where is it? Make shadow. It's right there. So I go to my next one, and where's my drawing thingy? I'm gonna come in here. Switch to my brush, my selection tool. Go to commands, make shadow. Bam. Bam. Left a little artifact there. That's all right. Oh, that's beautiful. That's gonna save so much time. Okay, for my next trick, we're going to go to keyboard shortcuts. Keyboard shortcuts. Window. Commands. My new command should be here somewhere. Make shadow. We're gonna do a Control Shift Alt M. Nope, that's taken. Control Alt Shift P. Control Alt Shift P. And for my last and final trick on this, we're gonna go to our Stream Deck. We're gonna put it right here, I guess. What does my animate folder look like? Yeah, I got space right there. So here I'm going to add a system hotkey Control Alt Shift P. Call it shade. Make shade. Put it in the center. Give it a nice fancy background. That'll work. Alright, so now whenever I press the button on my Stream Deck, it should run that command, so that's going to make things a lot easier. So let's see if we can just speed run through this next one. Boom. Select those two items, make shade. Oops. And delete that. If I could find a way to delete that outline, that would make it even more efficient. But that's all right. This is already good enough. This is already a dramatic speed improvement. So we'll go on to the next one. We'll draw our shade. We'll select those things, turn to a shade, and delete, and we'll go on to the next one. Holy crap, this is seriously speeding up the workflow. That's a dramatic improvement right there. Wow, that has taken already so much time off my hands. It was definitely worth the pause that I took to build that command. So this definitely helps me go the extra mile when it comes to the quality that I can offer this particular client, because normally this is not something I would really want to do without having to charge extra. Really, it just takes too much time. It's cumbersome, you know. But having that extra cell shades does make the character look a lot nicer. And these are all 100% unique sprites. It's not just an eyebrow that I took and I warped and manipulated around to move around. It really is a unique series of 11 sprites. Or 11, my ass. 18 sprites, and they have to be done for every single angle that's going to be used, you know. So 11 times, let's say 8, 10 really, but there's 2 of them that I don't do. What's the shortcut for the pencil? Shift Y. Wow, that's such a useful little command. Okay. And the reason I wanted to do it that way instead of my traditional way where I end up creating a separate layer and everything is because I would then have to flatten everything down, and I really don't want to go through all that. So I might as well just get everything done straight within a single layer. And now I can use Puppet Producer to automatically configure all my eyebrows at the same time. Because if I bring those into Cartoon Animator right now, it's not going to work. It's not going to detect them. So Puppet Producer has this thing under the hood here where it'll just go through all of these frame by frame and just convert everything for me when I press this automatic button right here. Bam. So now they're all turned into symbols, and they all have their unique identifier. Normal, for example. That one's the raised outer brow, and this one is the raised inner and raised brow. So it's all fully configured now. Instant configuration. So now we got something that looks a little bit like that. And because we use curved artwork, even though we didn't really do too much in the sense of spikes and things like that, the contours of the eyebrows are implied. You know, it's just 2 little spikes in the center with cell shading. I think the next thing we're going to work on is the turban and the nose, and the mouth is going to be the last thing because it's going to be the more difficult one. So I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. All right, let's see where we're at. Excuse me. So let's work on this turbine. And he wants a big turbine, round. So that's what we'll do. I'm just gonna rough it out first, just to kind of get a general idea of the shape. And I'm gonna do some curves here. Bring that here like that. I'm probably gonna go a little minimalistic on this part. Make this a little bigger. Yeah, that's good enough. We're going to then lock that layer and turn on outlines. We'll change the color of the outline so we can see it better. Now we're gonna draw clean, deliberate lines. Okay. Yeah, that should do the trick. We're going to run an optimization pass so we can smoothen out those lines. And we're going to manually taper off those ends. That should be good enough. And we're going to add some self shading. So this one's going to be a little on the wacky side. Okay, that's one segment. It's another segment. Gonna do that. Okay, so we're going to select those areas. You know what? I'm gonna optimize this a little bit. Now we're gonna select those areas. And we're gonna run our little custom shading command. All right, that does that. Beautiful. I don't think I have to do anything special to fix that or to adjust that in any way. I am also going to go ahead and just delete these. I don't think I'm gonna need them at all. Oops. Oh man, that looks fucking nice. Yes, sir. I still have a whole bunch of hands to do, but I'm gonna wait till later. Modify, shape, expand fill, maybe 4 pixels. And turn that to that color. Bring it to the bottom. Just do it that way. I'm probably gonna go above and beyond on this next step here. just to give it an extra bit of oomph. So let's see here, we turn the outline mode on. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this, but I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, that's good enough. Could probably center them. Control K. Put it right in the center. Oops. Break apart. Oh, there's the problem, because if I use gradients, then it won't be able to change the color evenly. Well, maybe he would if I do a gradient that's from black to black transparent. We can do that with the color. Okay, and one of those is going to be transparent. So now we paint with this color. Let's see here. If we get rid of that outline, it leaves us with just the gradient. So we end up with something that looks like this. So when we look at it, all stacked up and layered on each other, kind of has a little bit more of a 3D feel to it. And he wanted some extra wrinkles. So we'll add some extra old man wrinkles. Yeah, make sure I'm drawing at 400%. Maybe I should make another command that'll adjust my zoom to 400 with a keyboard shortcut. That'll save me an extra half a second. What's going on here? I think I'm running into memory issues. That's okay, we can still work with it. It just means we're gonna have to restart our program real quick. Modify, shape, convert lines to fields. That's not what I wanted. Modify, shape, optimize. Okay. Just kind of tweak this a little bit. Okay, so for anybody watching this, I just want to remind everybody that I'm doing a premium live stream April 29. We're going to be talking over the tools panel and the properties panel in Adobe Animate, the two most essential things that you need to learn. And if you can master those two areas, then everything else is pretty much a walk in the park. So anybody who's really interested in learning 2D animation and design using Adobe Animate, this is your opportunity to learn from me. And it's going to be a very, very comprehensive live tutorial basically. And you have to watch it live, because if you don't, you're going to miss your opportunity. I'm not going to leave that video online. It's going to be free to participate and to watch it when it streams live. But once it's done, regardless of how many people show up, I am going to be taking it offline. And the only way that it's going to be available is through pay-per-view channels, either to the channel subscribers or through toontitan.com or through Amazon Prime Video. I'll probably put it up there for rentals and stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's the only way that's going to be available after it airs. But if you want to participate and get the free education live, then, you know, tune in on April 29 and participate, ask all your questions, learn. And hopefully a lot of people get some really good knowledge out of it. That's looking pretty damn good. I should do some cell shading now that it's not that hard to do, so let's see. Now that we managed to streamline the cell shading process for it, we should be able to just go in here. Click and click and convert and delete the outline. Nice. It definitely looks a lot more professional. Okay. So this is the mouth sprite. This is gonna be a pain in the ass process because there's literally 30 mouths that I have to do. So I don't know if I'm gonna do all 30 mouths right now. I really just need the one mouth just to give the client the idea of what the rest is gonna look like. If he approves the design, then I'll go ahead and do the rest. But it's one of those things where if I just jump the gun, I might end up having to do all of this all over again. That's one thing I definitely don't want to do. Let me review the client notes real quick, see if there's anything else I might be missing. So let's see here, shorten the arms. I don't think we need to do that because you can do that inside of the cartoon animator using the, I forgot what that's called, but there's a tool in there that allows you to adjust the proportions. Could we make the beard, mustache more symmetrical with the character facing us? The right side looks good in terms of style and texture. Okay, so it just wants that to be more symmetrical. If the beard covers a bit more of the chin, symmetry will help with the angles too. The mouth sprite look rough. Honestly, really liking them as they are. Not really liking them as they are. Yeah, okay. Well, those are Mojo's mouths, so that's understandable. Hand sprites and actions look great. Okay, that's good. Final small points would be to please make sure the character is slightly lighter brown. Okay, I definitely changed the color. It's definitely lighter, but you know, we have the vector grouping tool option, which will allow us to change the color to whatever we want later once it's finished. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the shading in this manner also, to give more options for changing skin tones and shades and stuff. Questions about creating poses. Okay. So let's see what this one says. Number 5, the mouth sprites. I wouldn't mind if these were exceptional expressions. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to keep those expressions because it's basically already using all 30 slots. I might be able to make a separate set later. I guess we could talk about that later on. So overall with the mouths, he's looking for the mouth expressions to not be so excited. He's going to be talking and they need to be more subtle, basically. So that's fine. All right. let's create a bunch of blank keyframes. Okay. And let's turn this into outlines. And let's rough out a new facial. We'll kind of use the reference image. Technically, this beard could easily cover the whole mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make the mouth a little closer to the reference image. See, unfortunately, I can't really make the beard go all the way up here because that gets in the way of the other sprites. So I have to kind of work. Like this. And he wants the beard to be more symmetrical, so I'm going to have to keep that into account. Keep that in mind. That big fat lip should help in terms of selling the character, the expression. So let's try to make this one, at least the neutral sprite, as symmetrical as possible. And in order to do that, I'm going to draw something here. I'm going to convert it into a symbol. Yep, that works fine. Paste in place. Control D. This is going to be another rough drawing. Modify, transform, flip horizontal. I'm just going to align it right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm just going to start drawing right here. if I do a round thing here, it'll kind of fix. That segment. Okay. So now I can use that as a reference. Well, let's make these little bushy things. So we'll use this as our reference. And we'll just kind of draw it as unique as we can. Switch to 400%. Switch this to 4. Something doesn't feel right about the brush. It feels like it's thicker. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's for a 4-point brush. I think the scaling is off. Alright, we'll do it too. I think this particular symbol has been scaled. I have to fix that. I don't like that. I'm gonna do it like that. Modify, transform, flip horizontal. And yep, that's good. Now we'll add some lines just to remove some of that symmetry. So it's not completely mirrored. I might have to redo those lines though. Okay. Let's color it. I need a sample. Oh, I already have a color of that. So the other ones, we'll just use this one as a reference. I'm just gonna power through it. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do it. I'm not gonna try to take too many shortcuts on this one. Excuse me. Add a little bit more red to this tone. And yeah, that does it. We are going to do some cell shading now. Could have sworn I picked the red color. And this cell shading is also going to remove a lot of that symmetry, which is desired. You don't want it to look too symmetrical because then it's too computery, you know. All right. See if we can smooth in some of these outlines. And we're going to select the areas that are going to turn into cell shading. All right, am I missing anything? I think that gets everything in there. Yep. All right, let's try it. Bam. Bam. I have to do this, the little trick with the scribble. There we go. It's a little dirt thing over here. See if we can clean that up. Is it inside the shade or what? No, it's right there. Paste in place. The beard color is a little too gray. It doesn't match the eyebrows. I must have grabbed the wrong color. There we go. And of course we'll get rid of that draft layer. I'm not gonna mess too much with the nose, I don't think. Let me see what we can do with the nose. Kind of don't want to do this. Screw it, let's do it. Let me get my reference for the noses, which noses I'm drawing. Angry nose. And I'm gonna make my onion skin. And then is raised nose flank. Then it's shrink. Then it's raise right nose flank. Then it's raise right and shrink nose flank. Damn. And then it is raise left nose flank. And then it is raise left shrink nose flank. Ah, I hate doing all these little tidbits. So we're going to take a red color and we're going to draw interconnecting lines here so we can be able to close this out. Turn off my onion tool. I'll go ahead and hide this layer for now too. This is so that I can fill in with a color. It needs a closed shape. Let's get that skin tone and paint. What the hell? Oh, that's a pain in the ass. I have to clean that out too, though. Alright, let's see if we can get rid of all these red outlines. Okay, so now let's do some optimization. Modify shape, optimize. It's too much. Even if it's just one. I know there's a keyboard shortcut. Modify shape. It's Control Alt Shift C. All right. Control Alt Shift C. Okay. Control Alt Shift C. Let's try it again. Shift C. All right, that's fine. This one's crazy. You know what? So it doesn't look too weird. I'm not gonna do the inside of the nostril. And little spiky things here with another empty spiky thing there, that's the kind of thing that causes issues inside of Cartoon Animator. So most likely that's gonna explode inside of it, and but we'll see. It doesn't always happen. Control Alt Shift C. Control Alt Shift C. There's definitely more time on this nose than I really wanted to spend on, you know. I mean, that's the whole point of working with templates, so you don't have to do a lot of things, but in this case, I'm pretty much overriding every single sprite from what I can tell so far. So the template part is only coming in terms of the number of sprites I have to do and the layout. So it's a little bit more work than I'm usually doing with a template mod. All right. Modify, shape, convert, optimize. Oh yeah, I forgot my keyboard shortcut. All right. Wow, that's a complete makeover right there. It's a very extensive makeover. That eyeshadow is not exactly in alignment with the outside of the eyes. Let's see if we can tweak that. I might not end up keeping that eyeshadow on. I still ended up cutting it off. I'm not entirely sure I like it to begin with. We'll leave it on for a little while. I may end up removing it later. Those hands can't stand the flickering. Why is it still flickering? Oh, because it has these empty ones. There we go. We still need to do the additional hands, but for previewing purposes, I think this is good. Let's get rid of that beard at the bottom. Turn it into a guide for now. So at this point, I think I'm ready to send it to the client so that he can review it for style purposes. I don't think I have to go through and do all the mouths. I'm probably still gonna do it though. What time is it? 6:30 almost. Yeah, it'll be worth it, but I don't think it'll be worth it for me because, you know, it's not like I'm increasing the price that I'm gonna charge for it, you know. And if it's a template, usually, like again, you know, it's what I talk about. You're producing a product, you just gotta put the product out there and move on to the next one, you know, when it's a commercial project. But yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. I think it does the trick. I mean, the movement of those noses, it gives it a more traditional feel. I almost wish this was one of characters that I was doing for myself, because it does move a lot more traditional. It's not very what do you call it, typical of the typical cartoon animator character. It doesn't even look and feel like a cartoon animator character. You know, it has a lot more depth to it. The new shading techniques, the cleaner lines. But I pretty much redid almost every sprite, and I mean that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm modifying every single sprite really, and so by doing that, yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a better product. But I'm not increasing the price. I mean, it is what it is. So from a commerce perspective, I probably made a couple bad choices. Unless the client really loves it and wants some more characters based on this template. We'll see. He looks really fucking nice. You know, I've never really said that about something that I've done in this manner before. The the techniques and the blending, it just kind of came together really nicely, and yeah, this is gonna be a really nice character. I'm gonna be sad to let it go. That necklace. Should I put that necklace on there? Nah, it wasn't requested. It was not something that was requested, so I don't know if I should. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put that damn necklace. It's not gonna take that much work. You know what? This is not gonna be that difficult. We draw a freaking circle. And we fill it in using sampled color. And we're gonna go to Toon Titan and bring that color in. We're gonna add this there. And we're gonna cell shade. Oops, I got my paint behind thing turned on. Paint chroma. Select that. I'll use my little shading command that I just made. And boom, we have a brown pearl looking thing, which we convert into a symbol. Control X. We'll go inside of this sprite. Yeah, you know what? It's easy enough. Why not? You know, if ultimately they don't want this, then we could just remove it. Yeah, what was I complaining about? This stuff is easy enough to do. Why? I mean, I already went above and beyond on so many other things. Why skimp out on the something that's actually not that hard to put together? Fact, do even further, go down here. Why are you complaining, Ivis? Was that so difficult, really? Is that really that difficult? All right, there. All right. He's definitely taller than the 1000 recommended pixels, but that's just a head sprite, so I'm not gonna sweat that too much. Wow. He looks pretty. Let's see. Go to the mouth. Turn that into normal sprite. Let's test it out inside of Cartoon Animator. Oh, something exploded. It doesn't like the nose. Did I configure the noses? Yeah, I gotta configure the noses. So let's go to the nose. Boom, that's done. And let's go see what happened with the mouth. No idea what happened with the mouth. Break. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, hopefully that takes care of it. What else am I missing? I think that's it. Let's export it out again. And we'll import it one more time into Cartoon Animator. Fuck. What is happening? The cell shaded parts are coming in. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Export it one more time. And we'll go into Cartoon Animator and import it. Shit, it's still not doing it. All right. Let's do some more troubleshooting. That's the mouth 0, level 1. Level 2, we have the normal. These are set as guides. We'll remove these frames so it doesn't affect anything. Erase that. We'll break it apart. We'll convert that to a symbol. And we'll configure that to be the normal mouth. Control Enter to export, or actually Control Shift S also will do it. And then we're gonna go back into Cartoon Animator and re-import again. Shit. I wonder if I'm just running into a Cartoon Animator bug. Let's try this. Y'all want to see Cartoon Animator crash? Low G2 actor SWF designed to turn into. There's a thing in here. This one. Look, update actor success. That does not look very successful to me. They're never gonna fix that. So, let's see. Let's try closing Cartoon Animator. No, I don't want to save it. I'm gonna open Cartoon Animator 4. Numero cuatro. What could possibly be happening here, though? File, Okay, actor, character, Billy Boy. All right, so there's definitely some shenanigans happening here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here and make sure I really am using the character that I think I'm using. Sort by type. M1. I don't see the guru character in here. So that's interesting. So let's see. File, save as, desktop. I have a guru on the desktop. Control Enter. That sprite is there. Control Alt Shift S on the desktop. I'll move all these out of the way. That's a pain in the ass. But by just temporarily moving these out of the way, I should be able to better spot where that file is. So let's see here. Guru with capital letters. There it is. Okay. Let's try separating this into its own layer. We're going to turn that into a guide for now. It's got the correct designation. Control Enter. All right, let's see if it goes inside of Cartoon Animator. Well, that's interesting. That's the M. It's there. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's add the shading back in. Guide. We'll take this one. We'll place it where the M is, and that is 22. 21, 22. We'll delete that. Paste in place. I'm probably going to do something more unique with that though. And re-import and it crashes. Yay. Yay, Reallusion. All right. What the fuck? So I think it might just be exploding. It's probably got some weird crap in there that it's not, it doesn't like, because it shows up here, but this one doesn't have the, it's dividing it up. This one is showing it without the cell shading, and this one is showing it, this is where the cell shading is. So it's something it's doing something where it's dividing them. I'm gonna cut, paste in place, break it apart. Let's see what happens, just like that. Okay. So something about it just doesn't like. Look, it crashed again. But I don't think it's crashing because of my thing. It's crashing because it's Reallusion. It's a Reallusion product. Okay, it's in there. Watch it crash again. Let's take a look at the sprites. So that one's there, and these have to be replaced, and that one should be the same. Alright, so now let's see if it'll take the extra symbol in there. F8, alpha 25, save it, export it, and re-import it See if it'll do it without crashing. Wow, it does not like the self-shading symbol. Did I leave it as out as a guide layer? Let's turn that one into its own symbol. Maybe we can turn this into a graphic symbol. Maybe having it be two movie clip symbols somehow interferes with it? I don't think so. That should not really be a thing. Wow. It does not like having those two items present at the same time. But it's not something I have not done before. Let's see here. It separates it into two different. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I can still make this work. I was hoping I could just get away with using movie clip symbols for this. But if, I mean, I can always break apart sample the color and make the raw color itself 25% without having it be a symbol. But that's just messy. Still didn't do it. Fuck. Am I running into a memory issue? Huh. What are we running into? Does it just need to be optimized a little bit more? What is it doing that's causing those artifacts? Wait a minute. Okay, this one's my fault. No, it's not. That's nothing. Let's see if we can smoothen these little points up a little bit. There's a fucking outline right there. Those things will really mess you up too. Can't believe I just found an outline. get rid of that outline. You know what? That stupid little hidden outline could have easily be what was responsible. Cartoon Animator has always hated um, outlines, like vector outlines. It's never been able to handle them properly. There's this little nasty little point right here. Didn't I optimize this thing? Those little random points, man, they'll really screw you up too. Bam, there it is. I bet it was those two little fucking outlines that were left there, those remnant outlines. I can see there's a portion of the self shading that didn't come over either. Well, somehow I ended up losing that. Should I worry about it? I mean, I could just add it back in. let's see. Boom. All right. I reconverted it to a symbol again, so we'll see if that symbol also affects it again. Nope, it came in just fine. So the method was perfectly fine. Let's try it one more time, just to be sure. I'm still losing that section of cell shading on that side of the beard. That's alright, I'm not gonna worry too much about that. It looks decent. It just needs to be optimized a little bit. I don't like that little artifact that happens between the legs when those two things intersect. I wonder if that's something that's going to happen when you actually render it too. I mean, sometimes those things fix themselves when you actually do the render, so it doesn't matter if it looks wonky during the author mode, as they call it. Excuse me. I think I'm missing cell shading from the hands too. So what's going on there? Just a second. All right, so let's do one more test and we'll see what happens. All right, so the cell shading in the hands are not coming in properly. That's something I'll address later. But I think that's a good stopping point for now. Yeah, that should be good in terms of giving the client a good idea of what the final character should look like. Maybe tweak these joint masks a little bit. And I guess if they're happy with it, I can just go ahead and start working on finalizing the rest of the character. All right, I'll talk to you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. Let's see here.